What's up, sons? It's Blind with Tech once again, and today I had an email in my inbox asking about potential sponsorships or pre-roll ads for my videos, and I usually go ahead and give them the prices and so on and so forth, but this one that came across my desk was a little bit more interesting. It's called Whalesburg, and it's supposedly a solution or an enterprise grade solution for cryptocurrency miners. I have not really even taken a look at this. One. Two, I didn't take any payment for this because I didn't talk about pricing with them yet and go ahead and, close the deal as far as that goes. So this is an unsponsored video. What I'm curious about is what they're trying to do here. Upon initial look, I assumed that it was going to be essentially like another Simple Mining OS or another Hive OS. And I was going to be interested in that as well. But upon further review, it seems to be apparently a little bit different. They do have their own token based on, of course, the Ethereum blockchain, so you can actually exchange it right now. One of the curious things beyond that is, as opposed to having like a flat fee like something like Simple Mining or Hive OS, they're going to charge a percentage of fees based on the amount of tokens you actually hold. I couldn't get quite the full clarity on how this is going to function in the future. However, there is a roadmap that we can also take a look at as far as like when they're going to be adding features and so on. Today we're going to talk about how to use it, or at least use their MVP program, which you can start using right now to mine Ethereum, with other things coming in the future, which we'll go over as well. So let's get into it, all right? Okay, so as stated, this is the world's first enterprise-ready platform for cryptocurrency miners. Now, I'm a systems administrator, so my bar might be a little higher than what they're really aiming towards, and let's see if they can go ahead and meet that, at least with what they say they're going to do. It claims all-in-one, so the only all-in-one enterprise-scale solution for mining offered to individual miners as well as mining farms. It uses a sustained mathematic models for effective profit switching, and we'll actually see down here as we scroll down, they're not a holy trinity. I guess this is a holy flower. Regardless, you got the mining pools. They're using Ethermine, Supernova, or BTC.com. Their monitoring tools integrate Simple Mining and Awesome Miner as examples, and then the profit switching solutions show Mining Pool Hub, MinerGate, and NiceHash. You have the operating systems like EthOS and NVOC, and overclocking tools such as Afterburner. If you scroll down to their comparative, this is everything they're going to offer, such as large-scale cloud hardware management, something close to, I guess, AWS Miner, or Awesome Miner right there. They talk about, the FreeOS tools, cross-platform software, profit switching, benchmarking is included, notifications, API, auto exchange, overclocking, online wallet, financial reports, and fiat payouts. You'll notice here I said online wallet, and it is X'd out, which I don't mind at all. That's probably for the best. Now, this is the part that we're going to talk about, is how to use this Triar MVP. It's actually pretty simple. I went through this on another system. I didn't fully complete it. Let's go ahead and use it and talk about it. It's going to include so far a smart stratum proxy. It's going to include a payouts manager, and it's going to include a multi-currency mining pool. Now, this isn't really quite true yet. It's only using Ethereum from what I could tell so far, but let's hop in and see how it works. You're going to click the start mining portion, and then it'll bring you to this pool.whalesburg.com. You'll scroll down here and you'll see that they do have Pearl, Ubique, Ella, ETC, and Expanse on here, but right now, only thing really mining or worth mining on this pool is ETH, and it's at 133 gigahash, which, not super high, but this is kind of getting in before launch. So if you select start mining, it'll say select your hardware. I'm going to say this is my hardware. I'm not renting this from anywhere. On the next step, We're going to use this system as an example. So it's a Windows system. They do offer an option for Linux. We're going to click next, and we're going to select our video card, which is going to be NVIDIA here, and click next again. We're going to select the amount of video memory. I actually do have more than 3 gigabytes in this particular system, so I'm going to click next after that. And then it's going to ask me to select the miner. I prefer Claymore, so I'm going to click next on that and select Claymore. I'm going to name this Whale Test. And we're going to grab my MetaMask, my burner wallet. I've copied it somewhere safe. Now you guys can get that wallet. Alright, so I'm going to copy the address to my clipboard. This is MetaMask. I don't necessarily recommend it unless you want to play CryptoKitties. And then we're just going to paste that up in here. And we can't use the dash, so I'm just going to take that out and say Whale Test and show manual. So at this point, it's going to have you set it up. It's pretty much going to still be a manual process. Luckily, it does walk you through it. So the first step is please increase your virtual memory size to 16 gigabytes. We can go ahead and do that real quick. To do that, we're just going to click the start button and then settings. Under Windows settings, we're going to search for performance and then click adjust the appearance and performance of Windows. Select the advanced tab. And under virtual memory, click change, uncheck the automatic manage, say custom size, and then just put in the 16,000 for 16 gigabytes and click set and OK. The changes may require a restart of your computer before they can take effect, so we're going to apply, and then we're going to reboot this computer. Alrighty, so once you've rebooted and set your virtual memory size, you're going to download Claymore per the instructions. We're just going to save it here. Now it did give us the warning, we just told it to approve it. I'm going to cut it and put it on the desktop real quick, so I'm just going to create a new folder called Claymore. Paste it and then right click and extract all here. And for simplicity, I'm going to move all of this out of the folder. So I'm going to right click and cut and just put it under the main Claymore directory and delete that folder. I will leave the zip in here in case I need that later. Next, we're going to grab the Whalesburg bat. We can download it by clicking here and clicking save. And then under downloads, we'll see it, and we're going to right click and cut, go to our desktop and go to where we installed Claymore and paste it in here. And then at this point it says run the Whalesburg.bat as normal.exe file. It should be in the same folder as your miner. So we should be able to run that batch and then follow this link to check our stats. So let's go ahead and see if this is working right out of the bat. My biggest question here is what this looks like, so I'm going to go ahead and edit it. I said edit. And so it looks like it's pretty much all it's done is generate a configuration file to mine to their pools. So I'm not seeing anything crazy or new here, but let's go ahead and run it and see what our stats look like, because that's going to be the real big thing. What have they added for stats? This is a little clunky, but it is nice for it to generate it. Now, we have seen it in the past, of course, used before, these generators or config generators, but this one seemed to work right out of the bat. It looks like we're up and mining, which is fantastic. And then I'm just going to come down here and follow this link, right click and say open in new tab to go ahead and check my stats. This is the part I'm super interested in. Are we mining yet? Let's see. We are mining at 33 megahash a second is what it says over here. Let's see what Whalesburg says. Okay, so it's starting to come up. We have one worker at 6.67 megahash. It'll start going up as we go through. And it appears that it does profit switching for these algos for you automatically. So you got ETH, Ubique, Pearl, Ella, Expanse, ETC, and WBT. I'm not really sure how it would actually do that without specifying it in the batch file. Let me take a look here at the batch file one more time. So proxy, all pools, ePool, eWallet, all coins, GSER. Okay. 8082. We have no transactions or anything like that. You do have a pool blocks tab, it looks like here. So ETH has 2 new ones, Ubique 1 new one, and the rest pretty much 0. You can see it kind of all the pool stats here. So far, I'm not seeing anything that's currently implemented that hasn't been done somewhere else and is basically a glorified mining pool so far. So let's scroll down and take a look at the roadmap here. The roadmap is we're in Q1 of 2018, so they released the MVP, which is the mining pool that we're currently mining to, essentially. Hash rate for tests and consulting services. And I guess this would be, is this all supposed to be Q1? Assessing customer needs. A lot of this is pretty blah blah blah. Q2 we'll have the multi-currency mining pool, so that makes sense. I didn't feel like we were mining anything other than ETH at this point, unless they're kind of testing some of the other stuff. And they'll have the ETH payout, so it's only going to be paying out in Ethereum no matter what kind of profit switching they decide to implement there. They're going to be working on a platform UI design and then an auto exchange. In 2018 Q3, they have real-time mining monitoring tool, fiat payouts. That would be pretty killer. That would be killer. Community-driven development, Whalesburg Cloud, not sure what that means. Mining profiles and financial reports. Overclocking utilities in Q4. A mobile application, one-click hardware updates, overclocking, which they already set up here, so you got that kind of repeated there. Smart notifications and benchmarking. And then Q1 of 2019, firmware and config database, 24/7 support, recommendations, downloading, and operating system release. So this is a lot of work that needs to get done. All of it sounds super awesome. So we're going to be hoping that by the end of Q2, all of this happens. If all of that happens, then I probably would like to see, or would feel a lot better about this platform. As it stands, it's a mining pool. Don't think it's anything else at this point. And then to support it, they are actually doing, like I stated earlier, a token sale. You can buy WBT as a token sale, and there isn't really anything here that I think you should invest for. As you can see here, the funds distribution is 55% for research and development, 20% for operations and expansion, 15% for sales and marketing, and 10% for accounting, legal, and HR, which is going to pretty much account for 100% of the tokens. So I don't see that this will be a highly tradable token unless there's something else going on in the background. The only reason you would want to buy any of the tokens is to decrease your fees, because when they start implementing things past the pool itself, the fees will be on a scale from 0.3%, and we can go ahead and hit the FAQ here, I believe it is. So under the FAQ, under here you can see the pool will take 0.45 to 3% fee depending on how many WBT tokens a miner holds. So you're almost going to be staking them in this mining platform to reduce the fees that you're paying for this platform. Now, if it does at the end of the day use Claymore, of course you're going to have to worry about the fees on top of Claymore, and that could be a little problematic because then your fees go from 3 or 4% to 6% pretty quickly. I don't think they're developing their own miner, but I could be completely wrong here. So that's Whalesburg. It's essentially going to be an easy way to go ahead and mine. A couple of things that I do like about it so far is that the functionality of the config generator is working very nicely and does make it super easy to get to mining. But that being said, all it really is a mining pool so far. If they're able to go ahead and implement everything that they're promising, it could be super awesome, especially the exchange straight to fiat from Ethereum would be quite enticing for a lot of miners that are looking for that daily income. And we'll have to really just monitor this over Q2 and make sure they're hitting, of course, all of their milestones. Now, one of the things I do like is it does set itself apart from something like NiceHash, where if you were using NiceHash, you're basically renting your equipment out to somebody else who then chooses the algorithms. And the longevity of that for investors later on down the line isn't there, in my personal opinion. I know some of you all disagree, but I just don't think that there's going to be a huge push for making as much mining something or mining with NiceHash as there is mining a coin or currency directly. And so hopefully we'll see this go through. Hopefully we won't see any shady things going on with fees, because there have been other applications like MinerGate, of course, that the fees get jacked way up. And 3% is quite a bit at the top end there. Keep that in mind, that if it does compound that on top of the 3% from the Claymore miner, it's going to be probably out of my recommendations. And I do see that there is that token holding portion that drops the fees. We're really going to have to monitor that the closest, I think, in my humble opinion. Let me know what you guys think about Whalesburg in the comment section below. Does it have promise for the future? Does it make mining simple enough, or say it's going to make mining simple enough that it could grow the industry? I'm curious on your thoughts, and until next time, I'll see you next Tuesday.